So, we have, like I said, it's the weekend and we have, the raid up. And a lot of people always, I've heard this a lot lately, is, people don't want to buy the gold buffs because they feel like it's too expensive or that it's not worth it. And, I'm here to tell you, like, no, the gold buffs are absolutely worth it, especially if you're trying to fight the 160 boss. For the lower levels, like, if you watch me on my Let's Play account where we're fighting, like, 130 boss, I skip them, but because they're not as needed on the lower levels. But if you want to actually beat the 160 boss, you actually want to fight the 160 boss, you really do need all those buffs. Right, this is, like I said, I get 100 million damage versus the 160 boss, and that's because I have full buffs. Like, we have all these buffs, we have the, like I said, you got all the buffs here, we got other buffs from, like, the themes, like, pretty much all the buffs that are available to buy, we buy them all. You can't see them all because there's so many of them. Like, and then there's ones that pop up during certain themes. But I buy all the gold buffs every week because 25 million gold might sound like a lot to a new player, and it is on the lower levels. But once you're, like, at a place where you're in a guild, like, if you're in a place where you're fighting the 160 boss, 25 gold is literally nothing in this game. It's worthless. It's something you can get pretty much for free. Like, gold, it becomes, like, limitless as soon as you can unlock this. This is a Titan Soul shop, and every time you get, like, extra Titan Souls, you can literally just trade them for gold, right? So I could get 7 million gold for 3,500 Titan Souls, which is not too bad. There are other things you might want to buy with the Titan Souls coins, though, such as the Titan Potion stuff. There comes a point, like, but, you know, there comes a point where all your Titans are 130, at least all the Titans you care about are 130, and, well, like, you don't really need to buy Titan Potion anymore. You can buy Sparks of Power. That is something you could buy, but again, there's also a time when all the heroes you actually care about for Sparks of Power. Let's see, how do we list this here? Is there a way to look at the Sparks? But it's like all your heroes will be maxed, except for, like, the ones you don't like, except for, like, Mars or something. I actually took the Sparks off, but, like, I have so many heroes with max Sparks that it just, like, there comes a point where you just don't, like, and then there's, like, most are, like, the ones that I haven't really invested in. Like, they're all these ones that are low level. Like, it just, there comes a point where it just, you don't really care about putting your sparks into these heroes because you have more than enough sparks. Like, it's like, yeah, you could buy sparks. Like if I said, before they introduced Asgard, that's literally what I do with all my Titan Soul coins, buying sparks because there's really nothing else I needed. That's what most people are doing, but then they actually gave us something to do with gold. But right, so 25 million a week might sound like a lot, but there's also one other source of gold that you probably, like, after you get to level 130, you probably have a whole lot of this resource. You also get, like, these kinds of themes every day, which sometimes have gold, but it's pretty trivial amounts. So that's not a good way of getting gold, and you shouldn't ever buy. You don't ever want to spend this on gold except the daily 20. You can spend 20 a day for the quest for gold. I think I've probably already done it for the day. But you spend that once a day for gold for the 20 emeralds for the daily quest. Like, that's acceptable, but I wouldn't spend any more than that on that. But there is one other great resource for gold that said after a while you will have plenty of. If I can find it. Right here, these things. You see these huge EXP potions? These are worth 10,000 gold each, and I have over 31,000 of them. Do you know how much that gold that is if I sold all of those? Can you do the math? That's 314 million gold right there. Then I have these, which, like I said, there's plenty. Like, most of my heroes are already 130. If you look at here, I have 11 heroes who aren't 130. I guess 12 if you count Elmir, but he's Elmir. We don't care about him. So I have more than enough potions to max out all these, including if I just sold my EXP potions here. Like, if we just sold all these here, 314,333,000 gold, we'll sell them because we can. Like, boom, there you go. More money. Like I said, this is enough money to buy raid buffs for the next 15 weeks. Next 15 weeks, I have gold enough to buy raid buffs, and of course, I'll get lots of other gold. Just by opening, like, your daily boxes or whatever, doing your daily quests. Every time you raid an mission or whatever, you get gold. Just by raiding. Just by raiding missions, you get gold. Like, and all this adds up. All this gold adds up. You get Mish gold from the dungeon. You get gold, like, just gold becomes like a limitless resource. And this is why we always buy the raid buffs every week. Because what else are you going to do with all this gold? Like, literally, what else are you going to do with it? Yeah, it's so the Ascension glyphs or whatever, these cost a few gold. Like, this costs 40, like I said, it costs a bit of gold to do like the high level glyphs. But it's only like 4.5 million, which is nothing. So spending 25 million a week on buffs, absolutely worth it. And as you see, my guild's almost got the 1/6 boss. We have not beat the 1/6 boss yet, but we've come in close. We get like 28% guild morale. We always start at 150 to get max buffs. So I get like 1,000 points to buy buffs with, which is, so we always end up like 15 to 17 buffs depending on what's available. Like, always skip like the crappy Wakeful Undead and Jujutsu Engineers. Resilient Grove Keepers and Nightmare Energy, those are all kind of bad buffs. Insomnia is actually okay, but we read like they had a lot more good buffs in the 150 range, so I skipped it this week because I wanted some of the other ones. Like, and if you don't know buffs, like on these ones, the ones that are always essential, Chosen by the Stars, Healing Converter, Keeper Blessing, those are the 3 must-have buffs those are 3 most important ones. Those will cost you 150 to 250 a week, depending. Like, Healing Converter, Keeper Blessing, they've always been the tier 1 buffs. For 50 each. Chosen by the Stars, the only one that of those 3 that ever changed positions. Like, it was 150 this week, which I think helps. I think Chosen by the Stars should always be 150, to be honest. Like, that one helps a lot. Like, that's a definitely important buff. The rest of the buffs, right, can help. Like, Immortal Heroes can be good. Astral Shield could be good. Sphere Unleashed can, like I said, they're kind of helpful. They're not nearly as helpful as the 3 major buffs, but these ones, these all add up. These all help. Not too much more to say about that. If you want to know more about like Asgard buffs, so I have done a full video that goes into more depth on like all the other buffs. And you can find that below. Thanks for watching.